Yo, what is up? So I thought I'd make a video on FSR 4 using this modification that everyone's using for Intel and RDNA 3, etc., RDNA 2, because I think it's quite important to see if there is actually the same differences I was seeing on RDNA 3, RDNA. Well, I didn't test RDNA 2, but RDNA 3, I did notice the FSR 4 DLL everyone's using on Nvidia as well just looks different, and so I wanted to see if it's the same differences on the Nvidia GPU I'm using on the 4090. So I thought also might as well test out DLSS 4 as well, see how that's doing on this game in the same area. And I was quite impressed, to be honest. It was very clean. It was pretty much like FSR 4. So to be honest, I wouldn't have any reason to use anything else than DLSS 4 in this game, to be honest. And as I said, there's a massive performance hit. So in some games, it's just not going to be worth it. But as I said, there are certain games where I just think FSR 4 looks better, and I'm seeing the differences. But then when DLSS 4 actually performs to my expectations, there's no reason to change it. And that's the issue when I mean, it's considered the best, so I'm expecting it to be the best in every game. But when that doesn't happen, I wonder what's going on. So that is the issue I've been talking about. But on this game, it does look very good. So, I mean, in terms of what I've seen on the FSR4, it's practically a tie at the moment. Although there was like a tiny difference where I just felt like I remember looking at Final Fantasy 16 with DLSS 4, and it's like it can make it so sharp that it looks a bit weird in the face sometimes. Like there's so much detail going into it. Yeah, it definitely looks so clean, so you can't really argue with it. So yeah, I'd have to say DLSS 4 is actually living up to the hype and expectations I have of it. Uh, so I've got no issue at all using DLSS 4 in this game. So the next thing was to actually see if this FSR4 DLL everyone is downloading, if it's looking as good as the RDNA 4 version, because Nvidia do have the AI cores, like tensor cores. I mean, they've got everything needed to do artificial intelligence with the upscaling. So at first I was kind of thinking maybe it does look better on Nvidia compared to RDNA 3 because of the extra AI. However, what I'm actually seeing is straight away I saw it looked the same as the RDNA 3, which was quite well. I was thinking, well, that's interesting. So it looks like unless you've got that GPU like 9000 series, you're not going to get the full benefit of a FSR 4. Although in some games it is still looking great. So I think it's going to be. I mean, as you can see, there's just a lot more instability as soon as you use this file. So I'm not sure. I mean, obviously this file, as I said, it's been compiled by someone on Reddit, but you can totally see it on this guy here, this character, and I will zoom in again. But it's pretty much what I'm seeing on RDNA 3 when I used it. So I mean, for RDNA 3 users, it's still a massive upgrade when you're comparing it to FSR 3, without a doubt. So, but for Nvidia users, Intel users, it's probably the same. And if it's doing the same with Nvidia with all the artificial intelligence they've got access to on their hardware, now I can't see why it would be any better on Intel because it is a weaker GPU. Let's face it. And at the end of the day, yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be as good as a RDNA 4's version with a FSR 4. Although maybe it will improve, like when the official version is released by AMD for RDNA 3 users, possibly RDNA 2. Maybe it would be like Intel's XeSS, where it just looks best on the Intel GPU. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure. I mean, I've not got a crystal ball, but all I can show you again is what I'm seeing. And I did notice straight away as soon as I play this game, and I was using it on the XTX, there's more instability in the image, and then I'm seeing exactly the same thing on the Nvidia. And what I will say, it looks exactly the same. So it looks no worse on RDNA 3. So I found that quite interesting. I did expect it to be a bit better on Nvidia, but it looks like RDNA 4 is just doing something. So it could be hardware related, or it could be something else. I'm not sure. I mean, so it looks like you will be getting the best version on like a 9000 series GPU from AMD, because it's just working the best from what I'm seeing. And although it does look better in certain games with a Stellar Blade with a hair quality compared to DLSS 4, so it's very difficult to get my head around that. It's not even like the best version, but it's still doing better. Even on games like Mafia Old Country, the grass is still better using this FSR 4 version. So even though it's not the best version, it's amazing, really. So I mean, unfortunately, I did actually delete my 97XT footage, but it's very clear to see I did do a video on it previously comparing the 97XT and the XTX version. So if you want to watch that, you can. I done it a few days ago when all this information come out about that RDNA 3 could use FSR4 as well. So I do zoom in on this same scene here, and you would just see it's just so clean on the 97XT. So yeah, I wanted to look into it because obviously it was a question I wanted to know, and I think people would be interested. So I thought it would be a good, interesting content for people to look at. So that is it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.